We're going to be making this Palestine flag bracelet. It's number 159722 on bracelet book, and to make it you're going to need red, white, black, and green thread, as well as a piece of tape and some scissors to cut your thread. You'll need to cut 4 strands of red string at about 100 centimeters, 2 strands of white at about 100, and then 1 green and 1 black at about 120 each. I'm going to line up these strings as they appear on the first row of the bracelet, which is in red, green, white, red, black, and then red. Once I have them lined up as they appear on that first row, I'm going to leave about 12 centimeters at the top, and I'll put my tape down to hold my bracelet on the table. We're going to start from the right side of our bracelet by tying our red on our black in a backward knot. Now we'll go to our next thread line, and we're going to do a backward forward knot between the red and the white string. And now I'm going to do a forward backward knot between the 2 red strings. Now I'm going to do the next thread line, starting off with a backward forward knot between the red and white string. I'm going to do a forward backward knot between the white and red string. Now I'm going to do the red knot between my red and white string, and it's going to be a backward forward knot. Now I'm going to go to the leftmost red string, and we're going to do a forward knot between the red and the green. And then a forward backward knot between the red and the white. Now I'm going to do the last 2 red knots, which we're going to start off with a backward forward between the red and the white. And our last knot is a forward backward knot between the red and white. And now we're done our red triangle. We're going to start off now doing the black knots on the right, first knot we have is just a backward knot between the black and the red. Then I'm going to do a backward forward knot with the next string in line. And then a forward backward knot between the black and the red string. Now I'm going to go and do the green on the left side of the bracelet. And it's kind of the same as what we did with the black, but on the opposite side. So we're going to start off with a forward knot between the green and the red. Then I'm going to do a forward backward knot between the green and the white. And finally, I'm going to end with a backward forward knot between the green and the red. Now I'm going to do the 3 white knots at the center, starting off with the leftmost white knot, which is just a forward backward knot between the white and red string. Now with the other white string, I'm going to take it and do a forward backward knot between the white string and the red string that is to its right. And then I'm doing a backward forward knot between the white and the red string that's in the middle. Now I'm going to do the black knots that come next, and this part, once you do it, it kind of just repeats over and over. So what you're going to be repeating is taking the black string, doing a backward forward between it and the red that's right next to it, and then you're going to do a forward backward between the black string and the red string that's on the edge. Now we're going to do a very similar thing with the green on the left side of our bracelet. So I'm taking my green string and I'm going to do a forward backward knot between the green and the white string. And then I'm going to do a backward forward knot between the green and the red string. Now I'm going to go back to doing the white in the center, starting off with the leftmost white string. I'm going to do a forward backward knot between that white string and the red string that's right to its right. Now going back to the other white string, I'm going to start off by doing a forward backward knot between the white and the red that's to its right. And then I'm gonna do a backward forward knot between the white and the red that's in the center. Now we're gonna repeat the same thing that we did between the black, green, and white 2 more times for row 7 to 11. Now we're almost done. We just have 2 more knots to go. Starting off with our black, we have to do a backward forward between the black and the red that's right next to it. And then we're gonna do a forward backward between the green and the white that's right next to it. And once we're done this knot, we're pretty much done the pattern. So now you just keep repeating again from row 1 to 12. The same thing that we did initially, starting off with the reds. And then you can repeat it as many times as you need to. Here I'm just straightening the side so that it doesn't get wonky for me. I repeated this about 10 times for my bracelet, so it took me about an hour. And at the end, I'm just going to do my twisted ties. So I'm just going to tie off the end by just making a knot between all my loose string and the bracelet. Now when I make this knot, I try and make it as close as possible to my bracelet, just so that I don't have a gap of strings peeking out. And you can see me tighten it as close as possible to my knots as I can. Once that's knotted, I separated my reds from the rest of my colors. That's how I chose to do my twisted knot. And then I just twisted everything clockwise for both the red and the other colors. And then I twisted the 2 strings together anti-clockwise between the 2 of them until I reached my desired length. And at the very end of twisting it, I just added another knot, and that finishes my twisted tie. Make sure you make this part nice and tight so that it doesn't get loose on you. And then once you finish that off, you can also cut the end so that it's nice and clean. At this point, I also did my twisted tie on the other side. So you're gonna do this twisting on both sides. And once you cut off the ends, you're basically done. So this is the bracelet, the final product, and you can just wear it by tying it together. Thank you for watching.